Live stream has started. Anybody gonna tune in? I know it's Valentine's Day, so I'm not sure how many people will actually tune in to obsessively talk about watches. Alrighty. Let's see. Kevin Hawthorne's checking in. Will Carey's here. Kevin Powell, MM10 is here. Actually, I have some MM10's watches right here. I have a ton of watches to put out on the table today. Night Dog's here. Johnny Roberts. Brave Sailor's here. Joe's here. David's here. Almond's checking in. Todd, Matthew, Mario. Even have a large G-Shock Frogman. Will Carey's actually going to be getting this one here soon. Tuxedo's here. Todd's here. Check this thing out. Crazy build from Larry C. Beautiful looking SKX build. Okay, block watches. We got to like... Hey, there's Larry C right there. There's the watch he built. We got a Citizen Nighthawk hanging out back here. Or, yeah, I think that's what it's called. Let's see. Roar the Tiger. I am wearing wrist check. I am wearing the Pelly, or this guy today. Let's grab some more watches. Wet Watches is here. Let's see. Steve's checking in from California. Kentucky Man is here. Just sent your package out. Matt from Rock the Watch is here. Let's see. What else do I have? I have the bronze Oris. Check this out. A couple of Oris. Way different look, just by some pretty subtle changes, I guess, large changes, depending on your point of view. But so we have the bronze Oris hanging out over here. Let's see. What else? We got a ton of watches, guys. We have a Jeanneau we can hang out back here. Let's see. Got a couple of crazy Seikos, a couple of limited edition. Well, one's limited, one's special. So MM300 Grail watch for a lot of Seiko fans, for sure, is the MM300. This guy here, they only made 500 of them, so that's like crazy rare. I know my buddy Clayton has one, and then there's the red dial one. That's a special edition. Floridian saying, did I get permission to test drive the... So I think I'm allowed to wear it. I actually didn't reach out to him. I'll try to do it tomorrow, because I just get so freaking busy. Like, I forget to do things. So I'll reach out to him tomorrow and see what the dealio is. I think they're probably going to stand by the whole 30-day thing, but as long as they're cool with me wearing it, I'll just wear it. Thumbs for Finger says his country's in disarray right now, so it's cool that you can chime in for the live stream. Hey, my buddy Homer's here. Hopefully everything's going a little bit better in your world, buddy. Let's see. I have more watches. Let's grab more watches. What do we have? What do we have? We have... Let me bring out these four. We have a yellow dial Luminox. We have a very cool Citizen one here. So that one's really cool. We have an Alpina Annie Digi. We have that guy. That's titanium. And we have I believe a 42 millimeter Seagull. Very cool, fun watch on a Barton leather. There's that guy. Let's see. Let's grab some more. What else do we have? Hey, Wilson's here. We have a couple of G-Shock 2100s. This one here is the carbon core, and it's well, they're both carbon core, but this one came with extra fabric strap, which is awesome, and it comes with an extra case that goes on the top. But a couple of awesome GA 2100s here. We got We got literally no room for anything. We're gonna knock stuff over. Check this guy out. Casio Edifice. I've been talking about and wanting to get one in, and now I have it. Refugee Republic checking in from London. That's cool. So this is a Honda Racing limited edition. I don't know how many they made, but sapphire crystal, Bluetooth connectivity, very cool championship white with red backing on it. For all the Honda fans out there, they'll get that. Yeah, the strap is actually legit comfortable too. Craig G spotting his Longines here in the background. The bronze Legend Diver. This thing is a beautiful watch. Very, very cool watch. I'll be doing a video on that. We kind of temporarily swapped. He took my Breitling Super Ocean Orange, and I took his Legend Diver. Jason, checking in from Aruba. Glad to have you. Let's see. That's one to wear. Kevin says that's one to wear while riding the Ruckus. Oh, that would be really cool. I actually sold my Ruckus, though. East Coast Watch says he's a Honda technician, but not a fan. Oh, but you can still appreciate him, I'm sure. Let's see, Ronan says, hello, Random Rob. Hello, Ronan. Jason said he has a review on that Legend Diver. That's awesome. I'll have to take a peek at it as a little show prep. Maybe I'll watch it. I think I have some more watches I could probably bring out. I think some of these you've seen last week, though. Is that all of them? I can't remember. That might be all of them. I gotta look at my list. Mario says, thoughts on the upcoming Maine Hudson MK4? I don't know. They should reach out to me. Stuart says, Sunday Fun Day sale coming up. I think that would be a pretty fair statement, yes. I don't know when. Maybe next weekend. I was going to travel next weekend, but I'm not going to now. Detroit Spartan calling out the Air King. There's the Air King. Craig G said he watched Ronin last night, his movie. Yeah, that's cool. So yeah, Air King picked it up from Seba and Joe at Lucido. There's her email if you want to email her. Tell her I sent you. Yeah, I can grab a couple boulders. I'm gonna put the Air King over there, I guess. Where's the boulders? I have a couple of them here. I still have to do the video, or did I do the video? I can't remember. I didn't do the video. Here's the boulders. One bronze and one in like a patinaed steel. Both of them with crazy lume and robust cases. Beast of a watch. And they're going to be out of frame over here on the right. Yeah, the table gets crowded really quick. Really quick. But we could play with some watches. Yeah, there's literally no room. We'll just set the Pelly right there. But check this out. I've been wanting to do this since I opened the box from MM10. But check that out. Johnny, no, I do not have the Devil Diver anymore. But check out the big eyes, man. So I have my petroleum dial on the left, and I have the stainless steel variant on the right. And weight-wise, you can definitely feel the difference. And looks-wise, I think they're both just beautiful watches. Quite frankly, the stainless steel with the black is easier to read. Yeah, Michael, I did get the second box, but the spam is upstairs. I'm not going to have it down here, so. Yeah, so like legit. And I even recommend to people, if you're gonna like go buy one of these, just go buy this one. It's less money. It's probably gonna, I don't know. I guess the titanium's not like it's weak or anything like that, but it feels more robust, and it's more legible. It's more classic looking, I guess, versus the titanium variant. Somebody wants to see the Alpina up close. There you go. It's a little bit larger watch. And there's, I think, some markings or something, some discoloring on this. It's like anodized aluminum blue bezel. It's a bidirectional compass bezel. And then has You can light up the digital display a little bit. I don't know all the functions on it yet. I literally just opened it up. So let's just add light, I guess. So pretty cool watch. It's titanium, so it is actually really nice and lightweight as well. Did I keep the PMD 56? That was a long time ago. That's gone. Love the blue, but all it says black. Big eye. Kevin says love the blue dial, but would go with the black dial just because of the price difference. So how do I like the LE? I literally just bought this thing Saturday and I wore it around the house a little bit. So so far I think it's freaking awesome. Like I'm glad I found this one because I had been wanting to pick up an edifice, but I don't really care for the bracelets. The bracelets that they put on the edifice are just very cheap feeling, and this leather strap is really nice. So, hey, Neff with the $5 here super chat says, congrats on the AK, and I'm giving a shout out to my dad who's watching. Thanks a lot, Neff, and shout out to Neff's dad. Hope you're doing all right. So yeah, the Honda Racing, it even says it right on the dial too. And I'm like an old school Honda fan too. So James Duffy's checking in. That's nice to have you here. So, and this one comes with a black fabric strap as well. So if you didn't want to do the white leather, you know, you could just wear the other one. So there's that guy. Can I see the frog on your wrist? Yeah, I can do that. It's a big boy, but I think your wrist is larger than mine too, so it is a big watch. It's actually kind of sized for me. You might have to add a link, but there it is on my wrist. It actually wears, it feels really good with the combi, much like a square wood or a 6900 or any of the other ones when you put it on bracelet. The bracelet is absolutely crazy for being mostly resin, and then that carbon fiber, the way they finished it is just spectacular. This is definitely a high-end frog. Oh yeah, so 7.5 inch wrist, this thing will be perfect. I mean, I could wear it, but it looks big. I mean, it is a big watch, right? I mean, here it is next to, say, like a, if I can get it off the stand here. So here's what I would consider like a normal large G-Shock. I think I hit a button or something. I don't know what's going on there. So what did I do? I don't know what I'm doing there. So here's like a normal large G-Shock, and then here's the frog. So the frog is obviously a larger watch. And I have no idea what I haven't even figured out how to set this thing up yet. Actually, I ran into a problem with this, to be completely honest with you guys. I picked this one up on a whim. Yeah, Calico says I broke another one. So, well, no, remember I showed this to Calico, but because he was there when I got it. But I think I have to do gaskets or something on this. Hopefully it's just the one gasket, because anytime it's exposed to cold, there's like condensation on the underside of the crystal on this. So kind of a bummer, but hopefully I can get it sorted out because I actually like this watch and I'd like to wear it. So I'm going to see if I can get that figured out. I have to go to Pack Parts or something like that and order some Casio G-Shock gaskets and hopefully get that sorted out. Anthony says, found the Seiko Spirit line this weekend. Is the dial you had in your video more gray or blue? I don't remember that watch, to be honest with you. Let's see, what are we doing here? Let's try this MM300 on. Yeah, that's a 1963 Seagull there. Let's see. Jesse Jensen says, question, would a Trosca Summiteer or Osterbanks Fortitude 38.5 millimeter be too small for a 7.25 inch wrist? I usually wear 42, 44. On if you can get them on bracelet, they're gonna wear a little bit bigger. I think they would do fine. You know, every time I bring in an MM300, I think, you know, maybe I should own a MM300. I know Bruce has bought and sold so many of them, but it is like it's like the king, you know, the big daddy of the Seiko divers. It's the one that pretty much, even when I started to get into watches, especially Seiko, they everyone lusted after the MM300. So let's put that guy right there. Yeah, they are big boys, but man, they wear really good. Have you ever had an issue where a hand winding an automatic movement spins the rotor really fast? My automatic Hamilton khaki just started doing this. So I haven't, Emmanuel, I have not experienced that with an ETA movement, which that Hamilton's going to have an ETA. I have seen that a few times, felt that a few times on the Salida movements, and that is actually an issue that needs to be addressed. Chris from the Watch Lounge checking in. But the ETA, man, that's weird. I don't know. Maybe have it looked at. That is a little weird. Are you going to get a chance to patina the Oris? I hope I can. So here's an MM200 and here's the MM300. Little red and green, little Christmas action. But yeah, I mean, the MM200 is definitely easier to wear, but the MM300 is just such a beast. It's very cool. Machine Gun Chris, yeah. I watched Machine Gun Chris on the episode of Roman Sharf today, actually. He was on there for a little bit, talking about buying a Cermet or something. Is it possible to have too many watches, guys? Compare the MM300 to your hidden sea dweller. I don't I don't have a sea dweller. Excellent bracelets. Yeah. Let's see. We could do. You guys might like to see this, I guess. I mean, if anybody's interested in checking out Air Kings. And that's it. Let's see. These things are fun for sure. Ken Spear checking in from Pittsburgh. I like the, I think this is a 42 mil, so it is nice to have the larger size. I get a lot of people like the smaller sized one, but this is the way to go for me. And what the heck time is it? Is it like 8:17-ish? Somewhere in there? There it goes. Let's see, blue dial next to the sub. That's not a sub, that's actually, as you know, but this is a custom built from Larry C, and this watch is going to be sent to, quote, Iron Man is his username. But look how good of a job that Larry did. I love that bezel insert that he picked. That almost looks like aluminum, but I think it's ceramic. It's just the way it's done. Signed crown, Patty dial, Patty handset, Kanji day wheel. It's going to have the hand wind movement, so 4R36 starts right up. I mean, this thing is actually just beautiful looking. Let's see what it does here. Like right in there somewhere. Killer watch. It's on a Blue Sharknado to match it all in. I'm not a huge fan of NATO's, but this one does match really well. Basically a Seiko SKX. Just ordered a Citizen ProMaster Titanium. Which one, Chris? There's a bunch of different styles. Does anyone know of a good steel strap with curved end links for 42 16.3? Let's see. Any love for the Zelo Spearfish release tomorrow? I won't be picking one up, but I did hit up Elshin, and I'm hoping to get some newer Zelos in for video because he hasn't sent one over in a long time, but we'll see if he does. I know he's crazy busy and he doesn't really need help selling them. So he picked up the BN0200-81E. I'll have to look that model up. I actually have quite a few Citizen in right now. Neff says they have an orange dial. I think I'm pretty well set on the orange dial. I got the orange Monster. I got the orange Super Ocean. Any G-Shock squares coming up? Arc in the box says, any G-Shock squares coming up? I really hope so, but nothing's really catching my eye right now. I'm actually being more drawn towards these 2100s. They seem to be putting more time and effort into these, or maybe I'm just, I don't know, kind of keen on them right now. But like this one's really fun, that one's really fun, and who knows what the future is. So where's my Timex? I think I have one Timex here, but some of that stuff's like buried. I'm not going to dig it out. And there's really no room to put them here anyway. Like the table's already kind of full. So here's a Mont Blanc. I don't know what model this is, but check out that salmon dial. This has got to be a really comfortable watch. And look at that case back. It's just crazy cool. So Mont Blanc Heritage. Very cool watch. Not sure what movement's in it. I might have to do some research. Big Bearded Viper saying he's starting to notice some GA 2100s in the wild. You know what I seen in the wild last week? Crazy. I was at a customer's house responding to a gas leak, and he was wearing an Oris Aquas 43.5 millimeter blue dial 400 movement with the 5-day power reserve. I was like shocked to see that in the wild. I was like, wow, that's really cool. I called him out on it instantly, and he told me a story about it. So I thought that was pretty cool. That's not something you typically see in the wild. 21 right there somewhere, something like that. Yeah, but very cool. I mean, look at that case back. It has like their building or something. Minerva. Oh yeah, if somebody's wearing a watch, I spot it. Especially like if I see them at work, and I'll straight up call them out on it and be like, "What are you wearing?" You know, a lot of times it's nothing, but I've gotten to see some pretty crazy watches. I've a pretty beat up Rolex Submariner once, and MN10 with the information there. It's a Mont Blanc Heritage Automatic Salmon MB119944. Power of Hydrogen says, hey Rob, hope you're doing well. I am, however, alone on Valentine's. Glad to see you're streaming. Yeah, I wasn't sure how Valentine's Day was going to turn out there but maybe it's early enough and people are just like, yeah, or maybe it's late enough and you guys already did your dinner and stuff. But I mean, I pretty much did my Valentine's Day like yesterday. I just do it early and be in the clear. Let's see. The CEO of my company wears a Hublot. I have not asked him to see it. James, that's harsh. Let's see. John Page is checking in. Thanks for joining. Crown and Cactus looking forward to the Notice Avalon release. Yes, I am too, Crown and Cactus. Hopefully the guys over at Weston Cullen will hook me up and let me see one. Sometimes I don't get so well received, more like a homeless man saying, I like your watch. Yeah, I've had the weird look before in the wild saying, hey, like, that's a nice watch you're wearing or something like that. And they're kind of like, wait a minute, am I about to get robbed or what? Like, they're a little apprehensive, to say the least. Sat by a guy. So Kentucky Man says, sat by a guy on a flight recently who was wearing a Stova. Definitely didn't expect to see that. It's so cool to see watches like that that only no other like regular person is gonna know what the heck that watch is. You have to be into watches to understand, spotting an Oris Aquis or a Stova or quite frankly, just about any of these watches on the table. I mean, sometimes I get comments when I wear G-Shocks and stuff like that. But if you're wearing MM300, people don't know what that is, or a Longines, or even the Mont Blanc or something like that. I mean, those are like fanboy watches. Like if you're rocking even a Seagull 1963, people are not gonna know what this watch is, straight up. And it's like a cult favorite. It's let me put this on. I haven't worn one of these in a long time. And this Barton leather strap's actually not bad. No taper to it, but yeah, I think I would definitely go with the 42 mil for me. That works. I like it. I don't know if it has the sapphire crystal or not. I'll have to figure that out. Because it doesn't say on there. Somebody said there's like a trick to do it. Thoughts on the Tissot PRX? Great watch. A lot of people love it. Andre says he works with a doctor who got himself a H. Moser and was excited to show it to me and chat about it. That's a pretty sweet watch. So Jordan says one of his art directors has a Sinn 556 as his daily. That's a perfect daily. Metal Slug says, so I got the call on the Air King. I did get the call on the Air King. Yep. So this is my Air King right here. So plan to wear it. I didn't wear it to work today. I wore it all day yesterday, but Big Bearded Viper says PRX is really nice. If you're on the fence, do it. Stuart says, what size is the Luminox? Let me find out. I think this is kind of like their standard one. Was it like the 8926 or something they call it? Let me grab my calipers. If we're going to be fair, we're going to exclude the little nubs and stuff. It's about 43 millimeter. And then the lug to lug is like just under 48. And then it's pretty thin too, just under 13. So decent size. Beautiful, vibrant yellow dial. I think there's a scratch or something on the crystal there. I'll figure that out. And I'm not sure how old this one is, how the tritium's holding up, but these are fun watches. Let's see. Mr. CM Cullen 1 says his friend has a gloss shoot and uses a GA21 as a daily. That makes sense. Ken Spear says the owner of one of the stores I delivered to wears an orange monster. I've only spotted, let me think, maybe twice. I think I've spotted orange monster, like in the wild, not from a watch meetup or anything like that. But I think I've spotted them twice. One was at a distillery get together, and he was wearing a Gen 1 monster, and it was like a gift or something like that, but it was pretty much his only watch. So James Duffy says his UPS driver wears a Navitimer, one of the 44 millimeter. Wow, that's really cool. I did stop my UPS driver. I think his name is Corey, if I'm not mistaken, and he was wearing like a digital Timex. So I don't know, maybe I'll get him a watch or something. Let's see here. Ryan Thomas. I'm reading Ryan Thomas's. He said, I would die if I could get me a new SKX. He's talking to Bean Boy. My parents bought me a Seiko 5KX. Looks like the famous 007. Maybe for my birthday, I'll buy one. That's pretty cool. Yeah. I mean, the SKX is iconic, obviously. There's nothing wrong with the 5KX. That's a good modern one. If it's difficult to find a good clean SKX, they're getting probably a little tricky to find. But you can always build one too, or pony up and work with Larry C and build something crazy like this if you're open to. I mean, heck, you could actually build kind of like an OEM plus is what I would call it, where it's like near stock, but um, little extras on it. Detroit Spartan says we had some random guy at our house this weekend. He was wearing an Air King. Um, yeah. Thanks for hosting me, buddy. Appreciate it. No more Malort though. No more Malort. I did some Malort shots while I was hanging out with Detroit Spartan, and I think I hallucinated that night. It was it was a little weird. I got my anonymous buddy to have one shot of Malort with me, and he was definitely not on board for any more. But Mrs. Detroit Spartan was game to do some more Malort shots, but she's like a Malort champ, so can't compete with that. So I think I'm done. I think I've experienced enough Malort to last me a lifetime. Let's see. Jesse says my buddy starts tomorrow as a pilot for United. What would be an affordable watch to get him? If you're thinking about getting your buddy a watch, so I know a few pilot friends, but you got to watch. I think the magnetism, don't you? You might want to look at. And a lot of the pilots, I think they wear like quartz watches. So like, I mean, legit, like Casio Edifice or something, sapphire crystal, and it's going to be quartz accurate. Whether you go digital or analog, you could look at some Casio options and keep it affordable. But if you wanted to go like a little bit higher end, there's unlimited opportunities for sure. But I think you got to watch the magnetism. Neff says get the Citizen Blue Angel, something like this, this one, or I have a black dial one buried somewhere. Um, would be kind of cool, but maybe it's a little too busy. I don't know if they need to be able to quick reference the time. This one might be a little tricky to just quick reference the time. Still a great watch, no doubt about it. And you can get some models with the sapphire crystal. Detroit Spartan says the GMT Master too. I don't know if he's that good of a friend, is he? I'm trying to read some Seiko. Yeah, Seiko Flight Master would be kind of cool. Again, kind of a busy dial. Did you lose a bet to drink that AC test? No, I like so I'm a little desensitized to drinking most liquors. Like I can drink them with a straight face and have no problem. So I can do it with Malort. Like I can drink Malort, um, like no problem. A few shots, right? But then I think by the time you get to the fourth or fifth shot of Malort, like your body starts to reject it. It doesn't matter what your mind's doing. There you go. Get him a Breitling Avenger. If you, I don't know what your price point is. Oh yeah, easy. That's a good one. The Glycine Airman would be pretty cool. Yeah, something unique would be nice. But also, I mean, they're gonna hit them on instruments that those are tight cabins. Um, so they're always like banging their watches around. So you definitely want to have something with the sapphire crystal. I think. Detroit Spartan trying to rat me out says Rob was randomly drinking liquor all day on Saturday. Um, Oh yeah, Neff. Perfect. Breitling Evo. That would be really cool. Can't go wrong with a G-Shock. That's also true. Depends on what your budget is. And could you show that Oris again for Donna? Which one? I guess I got two of them. I can show both. So this one's a little bit smaller, I think, and it's like very vintage looking. But I can put it on too. How has the Oris been? I haven't worn the Oris, so it's not mine. It belongs to Oris, so I was a little hesitant on wearing it. But this thing, a little bit longer lug to lug, but still wears good. Let's see. And there's that guy. I was meeting up with some friends, Detroit Spartan, one of them, and he likes the look of it being vibrant right now, this colorway. But uh, I want to see this thing warmed up where it starts to get those like brown, warm, deep, rich colors. So Calico Basin with the $199 hair super chat says, "Congrats on 34 million views. Go Rams!" Yeah. I know it's funny, like, because on the stats, if you look at my stats, hey, Michael, Desire 68's here. If you look at my stats, I think on the main page it says I'm at 34 million. But if you look at like my deeper stats, like the stuff I have access to, it says I'm like over 36 million views. Let's see here. There's a chunky crown. Oh man, that bronze with the green dial is stunning. I agree. There we go. Favorite watch in your collection? My favorite watch in my collection. My favorite watch in my collection. This has evolved, so I'm going to answer this a little bit different than what people might expect. So I can't say that my Orange Monster is my favorite watch anymore. It's still like I adore it, and it's still like my main watch that I'll always keep. But my favorite watch in the collection has to be at this point, snapshot in time, has to be my Submariner. Yeah, it's just it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. You know what actually kind of blows me away, and and I'll mention it in the live stream here, but I won't do a standalone video on it because there's been a, f- a few videos dropped recently from other YouTubers that I really like and I watch their channels all the time. But they've dropped videos of Submariner alternatives and they're pretty good. I mean, Teddy Baldestairs was pretty good. I don't know about the other ones. And I couldn't help but think that there really is no alternative to the Submariner. Like I know it's I don't want to say they're doing clickbait, but the there's no alternative for the Submariner. Like if I were to try to make a video, all right, here's Submariner alternatives. It would be a really short video because I'd be like, there isn't one. There's nothing that is the same or even close to the Submariner. You're talking about other watches like concessions to get to, to satisfy you or if you're just not on board with it. I don't know. It it is that good. There's a reason why there's so much attention to it. It is that good. So, beautiful watch. Better than the Jeanneau. Yes, slightly better than the Jeanneau, but like legit. And I think Jeanneau's coming out with a new one. They changed the case and stuff like that. But like legit, like if you can't get or can't afford or whatever the situation is with the Submariner, but you still want that total vibe, the Jeanneau is like really close. Really close. Like I'm fairly certain the guy used to not make watches like I don't know. Say whatever you want to say. I think you can figure it out. I'm not going to say it. I think you can figure it out. So, let's see here. So Andre, 100%. If you want a specific watch, there are no substitutes for that. There's no substitutions. There could be Davey, I mean, says there's really no alternative to any watch if you're set on the one. Yes. So there's no alternative. There's there's other watches that you could potentially wear while you're waiting or building, and I've talked about that many times. So Kevin says, "How about the Manta Ocean King?" That's an awesome watch too, because it all honestly it stands alone too. The Manta Ocean King is legit good, but you got to buy it secondhand or something. If you buy it new, either expect to take a huge flipper tax or be end user on it. But they are really good. If you Ronan says if you want a sub, go for it. You'll get one eventually. Everything else is a detour. Yes, but sometimes those detours, taking the long way. I took the long way. I think most of us take the long way. There's nothing wrong with that. David says that edifice looks killer. What's the model number? The model number for the edifice is, let me look it up. I got it written on my whiteboard. It's ECBS 100HR. You're probably not going to remember that. And I don't think it's on the case back. Yeah, it's ECBS. What did I say? ECBS 100HR. You should still be able to find these. And it's legit a really cool watch. Nate Dogg says when he buys a Rolex, it will be the 39mm Explorer. I love them. Hard to beat it, man. Hard to beat it. Let's see. What settle with an alternative? You never really settle. The glide lock clasp is really what separates it from the Tudor and Omega. Now, Tudor though is, they're like they kind of exposed us to their version of the glide lock in the well, in this thing kind of, but also in the Black Bay 58 bronze. So there it's going to happen. Guaranteed the Black Bay 58 line is going to have a glide lock. Cowboy Swami with a $10 hair super chat says, "Hey, Random Rob, I picked up the DK30, but any known problems with the movement? Thanks." I don't think so. I'm gonna have to look that one up, but I mean, we can talk more on that. I have some pretty good contacts now that can help you out if there is an issue with it. Let's see, Falling Titan from Escapement and Watch says, "I'm late. Hey, Rob, can see the black and blue MM300 in the back?" Absolutely. I think you've done videos on these, haven't you? I know you've done at least the one. I thought you did both, but beautiful watches. I'm blessed to have them both in at the same time. The only way I can afford a Rolex is if I dropped. No USA only model. Oh, these are only USA models. I didn't know that. I thought for some reason I had seen you do a video on these. Killer watches. Yeah, this black one with the blue dial, there's only 500 of these. It's limited to 500. The red dial one is special edition, not limited edition, but I think they're not making a lot of them. They just didn't number them or anything, and they both come with cufflinks as well. Yeah, they do look great. Very cool that Seiko's continuing to mess with the MM300 line. Zoom and Z says he likes the red one more. Interesting. I think the black cased one is going to, does the bezel line up? Yeah, the bezels line up on these. The black case one is going to wear a little or present a little bit smaller on wrist, but if you got to have a bracelet, you got to have a bracelet. So, but there it is on wrist. Yeah, they both have cufflinks. I don't know who's wearing an MM300 and wearing cufflinks, but maybe you just wear the cufflinks separately, I guess. I don't know. I think the price on this one's $3,300. I think it might be $3,300 on both of them. Yeah, the red dial one's definitely $3,300. The black case one is $3,200. Let's see. Is that a ratchet clasp? Yeah, so it has that Seiko ratchet clasp. I'm not a fan of it, but Simucom reviews is rocking the Steelmaster MM300 as we speak. Great watch. I agree. The MM200 Steelmaster is an awesome watch. If I could swing this one, I would pick it up. This one is in the room for sale, but I already have the green dial limited edition one. So yes, James, 100%. It has a hair trigger. That one already was extended out. So how much for this one? I think he wants $700, but we could talk, Calic, if you want it. You don't have an MM200. There's always time. You know, a close second for my favorite. Nobody asked, what's your second favorite watch? I have to say, I've been really, really jonesing on this Pelly, guys. I've been wearing this Pelly a lot. It works great for work, play, chilling, whatever. It is so awesome. Canadian Watch Monkey says he just can't bring himself to spend more than 600 on a Seiko. So is that your offer? Is your offer 600 bucks? Because I can ask. What model is the Seiko $700? It is the SPB 185. Actually, I think he's wanting 800. I don't know where I pulled 700 from. I think he wants 800. I think these sell for like a little over 1,000. He might do like 750. I'll have to ask. Some of these watches have already been listed in the Discord and they haven't sold. So when they don't sell in the Discord and they get sent to me, then they're gonna end up on the Sunday Fun Day sale. So Tom D says the Pelagos was the first nice watch I bought myself, and I still love it a number of watches later. It's so freaking good. If it was stainless steel, you would not be able to get away with the thickness, but it's titanium, so it like gets a pass. Jesse, what is my go-to brand? I would have to say Casio overall, but hard to say. Detroit, would you pull the trigger if it was a MSU colorway? Oh yeah, Flippers has been on absolute. Oh yeah, Neff. Holy cow! So for all the Discord members in here, you guys know, like the Discord Flippers Paradise blew up. It was absolutely bonkers. So hopefully some of those watches got bought and sold, whatever your scenario is there. But yeah, so I can't call myself Rolex Rob. Rolex won't like that. But yeah, I do have two. There you go. Quite the duo. Got the Air King, got the Submariner. I feel pretty good about it. Like, what do I do from here, right? I do like the green and I do like the yellow. So hint, hint, maybe in the future, something else. Let's see. The Watch Verdict says he paid $750 for the blue dial SPB 187 used in like new condition, and I'll tell you it is worth it. So that's a pretty good gauge, I think, for the used price. I think that's really good. $750. I think that's reasonable. Neff says I need a Rolex with a date. I disagree. Well, hold on a second. Maybe I do need one with a date. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe one with a date and an extra hand on the dial. With a Jubilee bracelet. We'll see. We have time. We'll see how it plays out. Flip the no date sub for a Kermit. No. This is never going away, guys. This thing is legitimately, in my opinion, it is perfect. Absolutely perfect. The Kermit, Sermit, Starbucks, whatever you want to call it, I love that watch. It's a beautiful watch. But the no date sub, it's like a mic drop. Like, it's just, I mean, how do you do better than that? Let's see. I'm reading some comments. Matt from Rack the Watch says he's got to have the date. Neff says green and yellow must be an OP either way. Either that or a yellow gold Daytona. No, so I did express interest in an OP 41 yellow or mustard yellow, whatever it's called, and I also expressed interest in the green dial because that green, when I held it up to, I have a picture of it, but when I held it up to the Air King, the green is like, it's their corporate green. It's identical to the second hand and the Rolex printing. It is just such a good green. And it doesn't look good all the time in every light, but when you catch the light just right, it is beautiful. It is perfect. Kevin, nice. I like the way you think. If I had stupid money, I would put the Cermet bezel on the no date. Yeah. I don't know. Has anybody done that? That would be pretty sick. Canadian Watch Monkey says, I finally picked up a Sinn 104 and I love it even more than I had expected. The Sinn 104 is iconic. It is a very good, clean watch. It's hard to beat, no doubt about it. Patrick says, I couldn't find a PRX Powermatic review on your channel. I did the quartz one. I have not done the Powermatic yet. I'll see if I can get one in. Right now, Lacitos has loaned me. I don't know who else does Tissot other than Lacitos that I deal with. So Nate Dogg says, at 47 these days, I don't see a need for the date. Getting hard to read anyway. Yeah, pretty much. Let's see. Love Rolex at retail only. All bubbles burst. I think a bubble burst is not going to look like you think it is. I don't mind your brother James. No Germans on the table. How come? I don't think I have any German watches in right now. No, I don't have any German watches here at all. That's interesting. Any more news on the Borealis drop? So the Sintra should be dropping soon, and there is, unfortunately, for the most part, like I'll mention this, but I have a limited edition, only 50 made random Rob edition Borealis Sintra coming out, but there's only going to be 50 of them, and they're probably going to get gobbled up in the Discord because I'm offering it to the Discord first. It's the only right thing to do. And if there's any left, then the main channel will get them, but I suspect there won't be any left. Who knows if anybody in the Discord buys them and then they end up on eBay or something like that. I don't know. So Simucom Review says, last time I swear, LOL. Thoughts on Squale? Worth it? Yes. And get this, I need to reach back out to him, but I talked to Sasha, who owns and runs Russell's Jewelers in Vancouver, Canada, and he is an authorized dealer for Squale. So I am going to be getting a direct access to Squale watches, which I'm excited about because they have some really cool models. So look forward to that. As soon as I can get all of these videoed, I have to video all of these watches and more, then I will be bringing in some Squale and probably some, I think, was it Damasco, I think? Yeah, I think Damasco, and he carries a couple other brands too. Please get the Squale Tropic GMT. I got to see what he has in stock, and then we'll go from there. Harrison, do you still have the initial D G-Shock? I don't. I did sell it. I don't remember who I sold it to, but I did sell it at a pretty legit deal too. Kevin, yeah, I definitely want to bring in one of the sub 39 divers. I want to see that. I have not videoed one of those. I want to see that. Wow, there's like no trolls in here. The wrenches haven't had to do anything. Do I own a Ferrer watch? I do not. Calico says ranking: Squale, Doxa, Zelos, and Phobos. Did you guys see that new Phobos watch that Mark from Long Island Watch posted? It has lyre lugs on it and a beautiful dial and everything. That's a killer looking watch. Neff said he's taking off. Yep, go take off, man. I'll tell you what, I would pick up one of these Synchrons before I'd pick up a Doxa. I like Doxa, don't get me wrong, but this Synchron is legit nicer than a Doxa. Straight up. And I need to do the video. Actually, tomorrow I'm going to clean all this up. And tomorrow, the first video I do when I get home from work is this Synchron, because I need to get this back to Clayton. But I actually like this watch more than the Doxa. Yeah, do they call it the Kraken? That thing does look good. I don't know if it's built well or not, but it actually looks pretty dang good. We're doing special watch collaborations with Squale like the other YouTuber. Listen, if Squale would work with me and do a custom 1521, is that what that's called? The 1521? I would totally be down for that. I think that's an awesome case watch. I would love to do it. Mark P says Doxa needs to fix their Lume. Doxa needs to fix a few things, and Lume is one of them. Customer service is another. Neff says no. The next Random Lob collab will be white dial sub with orange seconds hand. Hey, that would be pretty cool. We'll never see that, but Kevin's digging on the Doxa. I like the Doxa. I actually like Doxa, but the Synchron is better, and I would back that up. I think this is a better, nicer watch. I would like to see them make more of them. So if anybody over there is listening to me, I'm willing to come work with you guys, not for you, but with you, and we could develop some cool watches, and I'd be on board with that. I would go in on that. I think I'm a Zelos Meteor Dial. Zoom and Z says he thinks he's going to pick up a Zelos Meteor Dial tomorrow. That's really cool. CFZ says, Rob, do you care for those AliExpress Chinese brands like San Martin? I don't. Some of them are pretty good, but I'm just not a huge fan of going down that path when we have all of this cool stuff, like all the time. It's just too good. James says he's still boycotting Doxa after that thing that happened with the one time with that AD. I think I'm a little bit past that. Actually, James, if you follow that AD on Instagram, funny enough, he literally just picked up a Doxa and totally rebuilt it. So I don't think he's too mad about it. But like if I want one, I'll get one. But the reality is, I would buy one of these Synchrons before I'd buy a Doxa. They have the steel case and they have the black one. You can pick them up secondary, and they're over $2,000. I think it's a better watch. D2 Rafelco says, what do I think about the new Formex Field Watch? I think it looks really good. I'm shocked that they didn't send me one. I did reach out to Marcus over there. If Marcus watches this, you know I'm going to blast you on this a little bit, but because I've had a couple drinks. But I see some other channels that are much smaller than me already have them, and I didn't get one. So what the heck? Where's my Formex? So we'll see. I've been told I will get one in, but yeah, the purple one looks cool. But I don't know. Send me a freaking watch. See, Jesse says the Mont Blanc AD was pretty rude in Tampa, so I'm over them. That's all it takes is that one experience in some brands, some individual people, really. It's not even the brand. It's like that individual salesperson, that representative for that brand or that store could have ruined that whole brand experience for you. That's too bad. That's too bad. Mark P says, hey, Rob, are you going to review the Swiss watch company USA Hyper G when it comes out? Mark P, yes, I hope so. But again, if the guys over at Swiss Watch Company are listening, and I will definitely hit those up, because I think that one, the Hyper G, is better looking and probably a better value than the Formex one. But unless you like that more rugged look that the Formex offers, I think that Hyper G is a home run. I think Swiss Watch Company has found their path, and it's perfect. They're building some awesome watches, and those guys need to, I don't know who else they deal with, but that Hyper G needs to make it to the Random Rob channel sooner than anyone else. It needs to get here first. I'm saying that right now. Tuxedo Manor. Rob, have you reviewed any Zhao watches from Baltimore? No, but I did meet the owner and his wife at the Microlux show in Chicago like 2 or 3 years ago. Neff, I'm not even buzzed. And we never made the full-on connection. We didn't like foster that relationship. So, but I am in communications with him right now because I am working with Mark and Calico, and we are doing a Baltimore meet this summer, 2022. We're doing a meetup in Baltimore this summer, so my Discord members are invited. And I hope to see as many as I can there. And Zhao, I think, is going to be hopefully on board with potentially sponsoring. I got a couple other sponsors. There's going to be a bunch of cool swag. There's going to be a giveaway. We're going to go watch a ball game with the Orioles. It's going to be awesome. Yeah, Beanboy, 100%. The Zhao owner and his wife are awesome people. They're very real. They're very good people, for sure. All right, it's Valentine's Day, guys. Let's kill this thing. You guys need to go hang out with your significant others or do something. And I need to as well. So let's kill the lights. Let's check some Lume. I think the studio lights have charged up whatever it needs to be charged up. I think we're going to have some decent Lume. It should be good. I'm going to cheat a little bit here and blast some of these. Okay. Let's kill the lights. Oh, man, that is so cool. Those MM300s have loomed bezels, too. That is awesome. What is this? Check out the Lume on the Alpina. That's crazy. Look at the Lume on the Synchron. Doxa doesn't do that. Calling it like it is. What else we got? Even the Edifice does really good. I mean, look at these MM300s. Crazy good. You know what else is really good? The Pelly. The Pelly's awesome. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next video.